Do you think we've reached that prestige yet for game of the year, even for like that level?
I mean, I think prestige, no, just inherently because, video games are so much younger than film. Like, they're like infinitely younger than film. So I don't even think in our lifetime, like, games will reach that level of prestige. And I think that's like fine. Things take time. Because again, it's a younger medium. And also, I think, inherently the structure is just like so different. The Game Awards that Keeley currently runs does feel, at least in watching it, so much more centered on the need to generate enough revenue to continue the show going. And you feel that in like the stuff that feels like a sponsored slot but isn't explicitly stated as a sponsored slot. Like you see that in like the brand deals, you see that in the like need to generate quote unquote hype. Like I think it's tough because it's just a different medium where it is so much of a more both consumerist but also a medium that requires action. Like you can't just put on a game and have consumed it. Like you do have to sit and play and spend time with it. Some of these games are like hard to play. Like sometimes you sit down and you're like, I want to make this amount of progress, and you can't because you don't have the skill yet or whatever, or you get stuck and hit a roadblock. And then so it's so much of a different relationship. But because of that difference, we have like the concept of hype weighs so much heavier in the game industry than it does in film or TV or anything else. So such that to have the Game Awards have a little bit as much attention as it does, a big thing that draws a lot of people in are the trailers or what might show up. That's never been a drawing point for me. Like I feel like I can get that from other showcases. I don't really need that in my awards. I would prefer if it was more hippy dippy, let people talk in the way that they do it, like the GC Awards or the BAFTA's games category or many other shows. So yeah, like it's definitely not at that level of prestige, but I do think it adds to the formality of the season where now we have like different ways to have Game of the Year, which I think is really fun. We have Game of the Year, what ends up being the result of Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, which, I and many people in the industry are like voting members in. So it's not like I'm totally detached from that completely, but I'm like one, vote among many. But there's like that, like what does the collective industry think? And then what does your outlet think? And then what do you think? So I like the Russian nesting doll effect that Game Awards season has. And like part of that is that show. And I think, it's fine to be critical of it. I'm plenty critical of many of the things Jeff Keighley has like chosen or not chosen to do in his tenure, but I'm not going to pretend like I am not excited to see the results of it, because I am. Like I think it's an imperfect thing, but all of the things are imperfect in terms of how we decide